what is the best lightweight matchup that can take place now. We feel strongly that JoJo is more than ready. He is prepared. He is focused. His last fight was an amazing showing of what a true champion is all about. Not only did he display power, but the speed, the intelligence, the IQ was through the roof. I'm very proud that he will be fighting another great world champion in Devin Haney. Like I said in boxing before, styles make fights, and JoJo has the perfect style, the perfect mentality to upset and beat the great world champion that Devin Haney is. So, without any further ado, I would like to introduce to you, with a record of 32-1 and 15 knockouts, that is JoJo Diaz. JoJo,
you're on mute.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
What's going on, guys? Thank you, Oscar, for the introduction. This is a really, really big fight, December 4th, live in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand on DAZN. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been having a really, really tremendous training camp. I just feel like at 135 pounds, man, I am someone to be reckoned with, and I'm very, very dangerous at this weight. My preparation has been phenomenal, both physically and mentally. I'm ready, and I'm prepared for this moment in my life. I feel like this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm not going to take it for granted. Devin Haney is one hell of a fighter. Don't get me wrong. He has great tools, and he has great boxing skills, but so do I. I'm a 2012 Olympian. I'm a two-weight division champion. I've fought multiple guys already that have had experience inside the professional ranks, and I just know that all that is just going to take toll and showcase come December 4th. And I'm really looking forward to putting on a great performance, not only for myself and for my family and for my son, but also for all the fight fans. And come December 4th, I will be crowned a new champion.
Thank you so much for that, JoJo. Let's get the Q&A started. First off, let's take a question from Tom Ward from Give Me Sport. Go ahead, Tom, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, JoJo. Tom of Give Me Sport here. Devin's come out and said that, he said that you weren't in a rush to fight him. I just wondered if you could give a response to that, please.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Golden Boy Promotions and my advisors, MTK, they're looking out for my best interest. And we wanted to, make a fight happen between Ryan Garcia because it's two Mexican-American fighters. And we're planning to have it at the Staples Center. So it would have been a really, really exciting fight and a fan-friendly fight for the fight fans out here in LA. I mean, we're both out here in LA, so it would, projected a lot of eyes, and it was something that I was looking forward to. But I'm the type of person that never ever doubted anybody, and never to shy away from Oscar De La Hoya, give me the Devin Haney fight, give me the Ryan Garcia fight. So I was already pushing for both of those fights. I just wanted to, make the best fight for myself, and whatever opportunity created that was big for my moment, I really had to capitalize. So now that, unfortunately, Ryan Garcia ended up pulling out due to a hand injury, Devin Haney was right on the list, and he was the next victim. And I'm glad that he was able to, accept the fight. And we all went on and agreed on terms. And here we are now. We're going to be fighting December 4th.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Jeremy from Fansided.
Hi, JoJo. Thank you for taking the time to talk. I'm kind of curious. When we talked before the Fortuna fight, you were talking about moving up in weight and kind of seeing how it feels. What is the difference that you're feeling as a lightweight as compared to a junior lightweight?
My strength, and not only my strength, but my endurance. I feel like at 130 pounds, I was, depleting my body, depleting my muscles, and not only that, just taking a lot out by trying to make that weight. I feel like now I don't have to, deplete myself. I don't have to, lose that extra 5 pounds, where my body is more relaxed and more comfortable at this weight. And I feel a lot more energized. I feel a lot more stronger. I feel like my speed, my reaction time in there is just, snappy and very, very crispy. And I felt that with the Javier Fortuna fight. It was my first fight at 135 pounds. I felt good. I know that I had to improve what I did improve in this camp. And now I know that my last fight was, probably one of my best performances in my career. But come December 4th, you guys are going to see a very, very exciting and different transformation type of fighter in Joseph Diaz. And I'm really looking forward to putting on a great performance.
As a southpaw, you're used to fighting conventional stance fighters. How do you think you utilize that in a manner that could be advantageous to you against Devin Haney?
Devin Haney, he's fought some southpaws in his career. I feel like some of those southpaws, they're not on my level, but they gave him a little bit of struggles, and it's just all depending on just different footworks and different strategies. Every southpaw and every fighter is different, depending on the punches that they throw and how they set them up. And I feel like my arsenal that I have and my intelligence that I have inside that ring is going to be beneficial, and being a southpaw is just adding to it. And I feel like I'm going to be able to create a lot of angles, land good combinations, and that's shots that Devin Haney hasn't seen before.
Thank you for that. As a reminder, if you want to ask a question, go ahead and raise your hand and I'll allow you to unmute yourself. The next question is coming from Ismail Abdul Salam from Beats Boxing Mayhem. Go ahead, Ismail, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you. JoJo, first question for you is, there's been a lot of talk with Devin Haney about his durability after his last fight with Jorge Linares, where he was stunned a little bit later in the fight. From the fighter's perspective, do you agree with that? Do you see him as having potential chin issues, or do you think it was just a case of him being lax because he was doing so well early in the fight?
You know what? I gotta see come fight night. Every fight is different, and every fighter is human. So at any given time in the sport of boxing, people are going to get hurt if they get caught with the flesh shot. And Devin Haney, he got caught with the extremely flesh shot where it was able to, wobble him and use Linares. But with me, I feel like I'm a younger and hungrier fighter, and I feel like I'm at my prime other than Linares. And when I do have Devin Haney hurt, it's going to be something different where I'm going to actually go for the kill and get him out of there.
Okay. And last question I have is that there is animosity coming into this fight. You as a fighter, do you do better when you have that animosity against an opponent, or does it make it more challenging to stay controlled when you want to get at this guy so badly?
You know what? At the end of the day, boxing is all about keeping your composure. I've learned that throughout the years, that you always have to keep your composure and always got to remain calm. But of course, it's more motivating, and it makes me train a lot more harder, and it makes me want to showcase to people that I'm this type of fighter that I could beat Devin Haney. So I've been training, and it just motivated me the most, knowing that he's been talking all this shit, been talking all this crap like I ain't nothing. So I've been busting my ass day in and day out, and I know going into the fight, I'm gonna have a lot of anger, and I'm gonna have a lot of hatred towards him for fight night, and it's gonna all showcase because I'm gonna execute my game plan very, very properly, but smart about it.
Thank you. Next up, let's take Cole Winston from Boxing World Weekly. Go ahead, Cole, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Which obviously ended in a draw. What adjustments did you need to make for this fight?
Cole, go ahead and re-ask your question. We can hear you.
Oh, okay, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. The last time you faced someone of Haney's size, it was Rakhimov, which obviously that one ended in a draw. So is there any adjustments that you need to make for this one?
Not no adjustments. I just feel like my body is gonna be at its best come fight night. I mean, with the Rakhimov fight, I was a lot stronger in there for the early rounds, about for 5-6 rounds, but then my body just gave out on me due to me, cutting weight and trying to make that weight. I fainted a couple times the day before, and my body just wasn't functioning and wasn't able to do what I'm capable of doing. But for this fight, my weight is perfectly fine. I'm about 6 to 7 pounds out right now, 3 weeks out, and it's gonna just, my body's gonna be a lot more. I'm gonna be able to perform my best. I'm fine.
Awesome. And last question. What do you think Haney possesses that you're going to need to be aware of on fight night?
Just his, I think he's overall, technical, smart fighter. He likes to be very, very defensive. But I'm going to go out there and showcase to everybody that I'm able to break through his defensiveness. I'm very, very sharp, and I'm very, very, compact with my punches, and I don't throw any unnecessary punches. I throw punches that are very, very meaningful, and punches that I know that are going to land and that are going to be effective, and that's going to showcase December 4th.
Thank you, Cole. Go ahead and mute yourself. I think the next question we have from Michael Rueda, 26 Sports. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Michael.
Thank you. Hey, JoJo, how's it going? Couple questions. First, obviously, this is a main event for you in Vegas. I know the times we've spoke before, you've always talked about how you've wanted your career to go. Having the main event at the MGM, aside from the fight and everything, how does that feel just for you as a person and as where your career has gone?
Oh man, it feels amazing. It feels like I finally made it to the point that I wanted to in my career, and I know that it's so critical right now that I have to, cover all the bases. That's why I know that this is the moment that I've been praying for and that I've been wishing upon. And now that I've been given this opportunity and for it to finally materialize, I'm taking full advantage of it, man. I'm grasping the moment. I'm embracing it. I'm cherishing every single moment of this opportunity, because I know that this is all just going to be temporary, man. So I got to just embrace it and just have fun with it, and just know that this is everything I prayed for. So I'm very, very thankful. I thank God for blessing me with this opportunity. I thank, Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, and all them for believing me. My advisors, MTK, for them believing me as well. And I'm, like I said, I'm 110% ready for this fight, both physically and mentally, because I'm well prepared, and I know I already been through everything that I needed to experience inside my career, both inside and outside the ring, to be where I'm at today. So I'm looking forward to it.
And then last question, your resume is full of fighters that a lot of people avoided or never even tried to get in the ring with, which has garnered you a lot of respect. Do you think that also makes it easier for you to fight someone like Haney, seeing the fact that you fought a Tevin Farmer, Gary Russell Jr., who both were extremely avoided? Did that make it a lot easier for you to say you had to take this fight with Haney? Absolutely,
because I know the back of my mind what type of person and what type of fighter I am, and what type of skill level I possess, and none of these guys aren't any more special than I am. I have a God-given talent, and my work ethic is incredible. So no matter what or how dangerous or how fearful a fighter is, I want to take on those challenges because I know what type of fighter and what type of person I am. So I'm always wanting to go out and take on the toughest challenges because I know that once it's all said and done, once my career is all over, I'm gonna look back at it and know that I didn't avoid or I didn't dodge or duck anybody to make it to the top. I challenged the best and I beat the best to be where I'm at, and that's where I want to leave my legacy.
Thank you, man, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. Up next, I believe we have a follow-up question from Tom Ward from Give Me Sport. Go ahead, Tom, unmute yourself.
Hey, JoJo. I just wanted to ask you, when you come through this fight, who do you want next? You spoke a little bit about Ryan Garcia. Is that a fight that you want?
Hold on, JoJo. I believe you are on mute.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, there. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I really can't rely on Ryan Garcia. He's in the past already in his career. He's already pulled out multiple times, so he's not reliable, man. So we trusted in him, and we thought that fight was already finalized, and we thought it was already going to be made. And then he came up with this injury. So I don't know if I could, I don't know if I would be willing to actually take the time to accept the fight and then have to go through all this process again and then him end up pulling out again. So I'll have to talk to my team. I'll have to talk to Golden Boy and MTK and just, see what the best fight is for myself. I want to just put on the best exciting fights. So after I beat Devin Haney, I mean, I would love to, challenge Gervonta Tank Davis because I feel like that fight right there will be a very fun, fan-friendly fight and an action-packed fight, a fight that is going to be an all-out war. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, and that's something that is in my mind, a fight with Gervonta Davis. I might just, if things make sense and if we see that Ryan Garcia is, not playing these games anymore and is really committed to the sport of boxing, then maybe, we'll take on the challenge.
Thank you so much, Tom. Up next, we have Miguel Maravilla from Fight News. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Miguel.
Hey, JoJo, what's up, man? First of all, man, Devin Haney definitely represents the biggest fight of your career. And did you see him in his last? Obviously, you saw his last fight. What did you think of that performance against Linares?
You know what? I thought he did a tremendous job by, finally stepping up in competition and beating a guy like Jorge Linares, an experienced old fighter, old veteran that is already ending his career. But it was a fight that everybody knew that Devin Haney had to win. And yeah, I mean, I seen a lot of flaws in his game, and I seen a lot of things where I could execute, and I'm planning on doing that December 4th.
Also, a win here over Devin Haney. This obviously puts you in the conversations with the Tank Davises, with the you mentioned right now Ryan Garcia too. But do you feel it catapults you to that level, to that not necessarily that level, but that top?
You know what? I feel like I'm already at that level. I just feel like once I beat Devin Haney, people that are Devin Haney fans and people that are Ryan Garcia fans are finally gonna know and realize who I am. So I feel like Devin Haney it's a tough fight, but it's nothing that I haven't seen before. I just feel like he's bigger than what he really is, and I just got to go out there and take care of business and do what I got to do to, come out victorious and then, get another big fight after this.
Thank you, Miguel. All right. Okay. All right. So next up, we are going to take Gail Frankenthal from Community Digital News. Go ahead, Gail.
Thank you, Cecilia. Hi, JoJo. You have been very open and honest about some of your struggles with mental health. Are you looking back glad that you disclosed all of this publicly? And then as a follow-up, how are you doing now?
JoJo, you're on mute.
Hi, how you doing? Yes, actually, I'm doing very, very well now. I mean, but you just got to be able to have a strong mental aspect and have a positive mental thought every day, and just know that you could just overcome it. I feel like um me expressing and showing to everybody that side of me, kind of, a lot of fighters, they don't want to do that because they feel like they start feeling vulnerable, or they start being weak. But at the end of the day, man, I'm human just like everybody else, and I just want to be, that light and that positivity to people that do deal with it outside of being a boxer, and just people that deal with it on the daily. I just want to try to, be that inspiration to let them know that it's okay to, feel that way, because it is normal and people deal with it daily. And you just got to, pray and just know that it's just a thought in your mind, and you can get past it once that thought, and that time is there. I mean, it feels like it's always an ongoing forever thing at that moment, but once you get past that moment, there's always brighter and light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm very, very glad that I was able to, tell people about my past and what I went through, and all the anxiety and the, suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, I'm very happy that I went through it, because it made me a more wiser and stronger person, both inside and outside that ring. And now I feel like I have, a purpose, and I know why I'm here, and that is, to be the best fighter that I possibly can be for not only myself, but for my family, for the fight fans, but also for my son. Man, I want to be here, and I want to live, and I want to, see my son grow, and just do a lot of, father-son activities with him. So that right there is one of my main, and my biggest inspiration is my son now.
That's wonderful for you. Have you gotten any feedback from fans about this? Have any of them talked to you about being open about this and perhaps their own problems with you?
Yeah, I actually got a couple of, DMs. I still get some here and there where people write to me telling me how they feel depressed, or thank you for being that light and that inspiration. And that right there gives me a lot of joy, because I know that God has created this door and this opportunity for me to, try to change a lot of lives, and try to, inspire the people, and try to motivate the people to keep going. So whenever I get those DMs, or those comments, or those feedbacks, or even when I'm in person, they come up to me and like give me a hug and say thank you during for what you have done, and for what you stand for. Is very, very meaningful for me, man. And I always carry that, and I always take that to the heart, because that's the person that I am. I'm very big as far as, showing a lot of love and showing a lot of respect, but also being that positive inspiration for the youth, and for just people my age, and just people in general.
Thank you for that, Gail and JoJo. We will take one more reporter, and this is for Luke Kettle from ITR Boxing. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Luke.
Hey, JoJo, I'll just ask both questions real quickly so then you can get back to living your life. How do you view Devin as an inside fighter? And then my follow-up, which is unrelated, but it'll just make things easier, is you fought a lot on Canelo cards on your way up and rising. Do you feel that fighting on those big stages will also prep you for the fight week of this big fight week? Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like Devin's inside game is very, strong. He's very defensive on the inside as well. He knows how to, land uppercuts, land body shots, and then hug and clinch, and try to avoid shots that the opponents are being thrown at him. But I feel like with my inside game, man, I'm very, very compact, and I'm very, very, my punches are going to be a lot more shorter and a lot more crisp and a lot more faster than the punches that he has seen before in his professional career, where I'm going to be able to capitalize and land some deadly shots. So I don't know if he's going to try to bang on the inside. If he is going to try to bang on the inside, then it's going to be an early night for us. But I think that the game plan for him is to, like all his other fights, hit and try not to get hit and try to box and try to move around and stuff. So we've been training for every single little thing that he could bring to the table as far as, moving around, creating the angles, creating the distance, me cutting off the ring, me getting to him, but also, banging on the inside and making sure that if he does try to come in with that game plan, thinking that he could overwhelm me with his power or his height, or he thinks he's a bigger guy, then we're ready for that as well. And I think that the Canelo fights and the big stages that I was brought upon, not only with the Canelo fights, man, but as far as the Olympics as well, the Olympic journey was really, really massive and really, really big. So I feel like I've already been on the limelight and been under those bright lights where it doesn't faze me anymore. I just know that I have to, block everything out, be tunnel vision, and know that I got to get the job done, and that people are just there to watch me. But at the end of the day, it's my job, and I got to go out there and still perform and do exactly what I do inside the gym and inside that ring to come out victorious. So I get extremely locked in, and I'm thankful for all the experience that I have endured in my professional and just in my career in general and in my life in general, where it made me, mature and be able to grasp, but also be able to be ready for such big moments.
Thank you, JoJo. Do you want to give any final words to everyone on the call?
Yeah, final words is thank you everybody for coming in and doing the interview with me. I'm very, very excited once again. Like I said, this is a really, really big moment in my life, and for me to be actually living it, and for everybody to be a part of it and a part of this journey that I'm going through in my life is just, not overwhelming, but just fulfilling and joyful. So I'm very, very excited to, be the best fighter that I possibly can be for the remaining of this camp. And come December 4th, I promise you guys that you guys are going to see the best Joseph Diaz, both physically and mentally. And it's going to be a great night of fighting. And make sure you guys tune in on DAZN.
Thank you, JoJo. And just to close up on Golden Boy side, I'd like to introduce Ernest Gabion from our fighter relations team to say a few words. Why didn't you hit yourself? Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to say that I've known JoJo since before he left to the Olympics, and the boy that went off to London to the man that he is now is something I've seen and couldn't be any more proud of. He's one of the few fighters in today's age where he'll not only call out a fighter, he'll get it done. Whereas a lot of fighters in today's game, they talk to each other, they go back and forth on social media, but in the end, they let the politics or the machinations behind the promotion of a card do their talking in the end. JoJo's different. When he saw that Javier Fortuna didn't have a dance partner after Ryan backed out, he volunteered to step in and take that fight. And we were more than happy to oblige him on that. And as you saw July 9th, he displayed all the skill sets that he has, the power, the acumen, and the fortitude it took to overcome and defeat Javier Fortuna, who's a champion. The same vein bleeds out right now. I mean, he was scheduled to fight Ryan Garcia. Unfortunately, Ryan backed out and he had a hand injury. And immediately he stepped in and said, I want Devin Haney. I don't care what it takes. Let's get this fight going. And we were happy to oblige that. We made the fight happen with Matchroom. And I'm excited to see what a full camp as a lightweight JoJo Diaz has to offer. He's stronger. He's got more endurance. As you saw with the Fortuna fight, he kept the level of endurance all the way through. And this version of JoJo, I'm sure is day is going to beat Devin Haney on December 4th in MGM Grand. Like I said, I could not be prouder to represent JoJo, and I'm looking forward to hearing and the new on December 4th.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, JoJo, for the time, Ernie for the time, all the media that attended. Like I mentioned, I'll go ahead and send a recording to everyone and along with a transcript. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.